Hey Grains, when it comes to cute squishies, undoubtedly Moriah Elizabeth takes the most massacred squishies and turns them into like level 10 adorableness. So if you're interested in cute little things, make sure you check her out. But we all know that you don't come to my— dang now I can't keep a straight face! We all know that you guys don't come to this channel for cute things. You come here because you love the salt! We need to integrate the salt into everything that we do. And so, inspired by my friend Moriah Elizabeth's Squishy Makeovers, I want to do the complete opposite. I want to take absolutely adorable squishies and turn them into unadorable squishies, because we need to
turn everything into the salt shaker family.
So what we're doing, I'll be taking a couple of squishies and trying to transform them into the dark side. Taking it from cute to— no, you'll see. This week's shoutouts go to Emma Berry from Florida, who made this awesome drawing and a cute little charm of Angel, my little burb, as well as Ember Jones, who totally made me extremely salty. If you want a shout out in my Friday videos, don't forget to hashtag Nerdification Squad in the comment section below within the first 45 minutes of a video's release, or hashtag NerdyCrafter on Instagram or Twitter anytime with any of your creations. Alright, so being the absolute noob that I am, I just went out and bought everything that I could find at the craft store. So I got this set of paint. I don't know what this is, but it's fabric spray paint. I was like, if I want to do a full surface, this could be a good idea. Now I only found them in pastel colors, but we're going dark, so I'm not sure I'm gonna need this. And I also got some fabric markers. I don't know if they're gonna work to make little details. Fabric glue and quite a bit of popsicle sticks. I dropped like half of them on the desk, but... So for this first project, I want to turn this absolutely adorable unicorn into a fiery dragon. So I want to be using blacks and reds. I don't know how it's gonna turn out. For me, this is a completely new experience, but first things first, every little tip I'm doing is Moriah Elizabeth's suggestions. And I did fidget this thing out. So the first thing we have to do is fill this gap. Let's do the doing. In case you're wondering what I'm using to fill in gaps and to create extra pieces, I'll be using the leftovers from the Karina Garcia squishy kits, because it was just a disaster kit. But the squishies are still pretty soft and very slow rising, and I figured I want to use them to add extra bits to the unmakeovers. For the wing, what I tried to do is pretty much draw one, and I'm going to cut it out of this spare piece here, make two of them, glue it in the back, and then let's give it a whole coat of that dark purple. Hopefully it's dark enough so that way when we put the black or the other colors, it's gonna pop out. After tracing the wings, I actually cut them into a thicker piece and then cut that thicker piece into a slimmer two pieces. I'm sure this happens to most of you, where you're just squeezing the bottle and nothing's coming out, and that's because it's sealed. So we gotta open it. All right, I had no idea how to cover holes. I'm like, why is this not working? And then I texted Moriah and I was like, how do you seal these gaps? And then she told me, I'm like, well, I didn't buy those materials, so yeah, I'm just gonna make do with what I got. Alright, time to open this thing. I hope it doesn't just all fly out, because that's not gonna be cool. So as you can see here, I have my little thing, and we're gonna give it a full coat of purple just to make sure that it is even, and then afterwards we're going to paint on the details. The wings are a little fragile, but I don't want to put wires because I still want them to be squishy, so I guess we'll see together how that goes. Now, I know I said I wanted to make a dragon, but yeah, it kind of does start looking like an apocalyptic kind of horse. But in my defense, dragons kind of look equestrian. Equity. Yeah, let's go with that. Word of advice, don't shake your paint thing too much, because that's what I got now. Explain to me, why? How are your hands not like this when you're doing this? I'm so messy. At least the good news is the spray paint works as an amazing primer, so it really gives it a good coat, and then the other coats that you put on top don't have to be as layered. So on most of these things, I only put 2 layers as opposed to 3, 4, or I've heard nightmarish 8 coats. Since this creature is supposed to be an evil spawn, yeah, take it easy there, Jackie, a little too excited. What colors would you have used? For some reason, I associate black and red with, you know, hellfire. So yeah, let me know what colors are your evil colors. I need you grains to not judge my horse's identity. It feels like it's a horse, but it also identifies as a dragon. So it does have a dragon tail, and I totally forgot to add it, so I had to add it later on. This is my first ever squishy unmakeover. We turned something absolutely pure and adorable to something from the underworld. This dragon is definitely everything but pure. There are a few things that I learned from making this, so now I know what I need to do to make it better for next time. So for the next one, I actually want to turn something, again, opposite. By the way, I'm going to be squishing this at the end of the video. That way you can see both of them being squished. I just want to leave it about 24 hours before I do the smushing. So the next one I want to unmakeover is going to be this absolutely adorable unicorn pug. I don't know why the theme is horns today, but we're going to be giving this pug a completely different unmakeover because I want to turn it into a zombie. Can we do it? Probably with a lot of effort. So what I want to do is remove the horn, probably remove this thing, and we need brains. To make the brain, I just took another piece of foam and placed it where there should be a brain. Once I remembered that I have, you know, puffy paint, I decided it would be a really cool effect to put it where the brains would be to give it that stringy brain effect. I did try to use the popsicle stick method, but it just wasn't going evenly as much as I wanted to, so I ended up going for a brush. I can already tell this is probably going to be my favorite of the two. I don't know how Moriah does it, but she usually is able to fill gaps in properly. Not sure how to do it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna play along, make the hole a little deeper, squirt in a little bit of that brain 3D fabric paint, this thing right there. So it's kind of like we're looking in through the head from another angle to see the brain. And then afterwards, we're just going to paint on the details. I still want it to be derp, but a zombie derp. So let's go ahead and do that. Oh, treats. Treat. Dang. What am I doing with my life? I really love this little pug. It is just way simpler than the demon horse dragon looking thing. What I like about this is that it's just so simple and so zombie-like that it really didn't take as much time, and I think it's cuter. I don't know about you guys. We're going to fast forward and wait about 24 hours for both of them, so it's like 48 hours in total before we can squish it. So for you it's just an instant, but for me it's a lot of days. A lot of days.
24 hours later.
Yeah, don't kid yourself. This is what a desk looks like after 2 makeovers. I know blue isn't my color, but let's not focus on that. It's a free t-shirt from a subscription box, so they make good pajama t-shirts. All right, I am so excited. I want to squish my demonic, horsey, dragon, apocalyptic creature thing. I have no idea how it's going to turn out because it looks pretty squishable, but at the same time, I hope it's not too fragile. So I'm going to disappear, but you're still gonna hear me. All right, so off we go. I think we should squish the wings first. Ooh, I was so scared that it would actually be sticking to each other, but that's not the case. It's actually pretty good. Other wing, pretty good. Tail, ah yeah. Okay, body, and then we're gonna do the whole thing. This is so slow rising. Yeah, this is still slow rising. That's crazy. It went from actually pretty slow rising to mega slow rising. All right, let's squish the whole thing. And you too, of course. All right, so let's see if it stuck. A little bit, but it didn't get stuck. It just kind of held on to each other. So we still get a pretty good squishy. Overall, I would say pretty good makeover. I mean, unmakeover. I don't know why, I really like this zombie pug. By the way, I want you guys to vote. Which one of these two is your favorite unmakeover? So let me know in the poll, and then comment if you want why you prefer the horsey dragon demonic thing or the zombie derpy pug. What I'm worried about is the brain part. I don't know if it's going to stick or if it's, well, it's pretty squishy. Okay, I thought it would be not so squishy. All right, ready, set, squish. That was pretty good. Very good, guys. Okay, this is really fun. I'm sure after a few smushes, it might maybe break apart, but I don't know. I'm not the expert. Just go ask Moriah. Ask her what happens after a few squishes. Is it gonna be okay? Here they both are. I'm pretty happy considering it is my first time ever doing these kinds of makeovers. Let me know if you want me to do more unmakeovers and turn them more into creatures. Don't send me your squishies. That is Moriah's thing. I'm just going to destroy cute ones that I get in the mail from companies. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you want a salty video, don't forget to check it out over here. And if you want to watch another crafting video, make sure you click down here. Until then, I will see you in the next video.